In this video I'll show you how to find key features of a graph. So key features are the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. The x-intercepts also referred to as the roots. Imagine this is the earth or the ground, and then there are trees growing up from that. So these are also called roots. And then you have to be able to find the turning points. Here we have a maximum and here we have a minimum. I have a video for that down here. So in order to find these over here, I'll show you how to do that using the calculator. If I can find it, there it is. I press y equals and I enter the function that I have been given, and I press graph. And usually I press zoom and then number 6, zoom standard, which will give you the standard view from -10 to 10 and -10 to 10 on both axes. And this is the graph. So in order to find where it cuts the y-axis, I go into the table. So I press second and graph, and here I have the table. So and always the y-axis is always here where x is 0. Here x is 1, 2, 3, and -1, -2, -3. So always x is 0. I can find the y-intercept. So I go to the table and I find x is 0 when it is 0, so it is -1/2. That is the y-intercept. Okay, in order to find the vertical asymptote, I go to table, and whenever I see an error, there is the vertical asymptote. The reason for that is when x becomes, in this case, what was the vertical asymptote? Second table. The vertical asymptote is x equals -2. Remember to write x equals 2. It's not enough to write -2. If you want the mark, write x equals -2, and that is the vertical asymptote. And the reason for that is if I put -2 in here, I have -2 plus 2, and I get 0. I cannot divide by 0. So that's the reason for that. In order to find the horizontal asymptote, I can trace. You should never trace, it's not good enough, but I can trace, and you can see the crosshair moving along the graph there. But I have to go to infinity, and now I'm at 9. So there's quite far to infinity. But you can do that if you have the time. Another way of doing it is going to second, press second, and find the table setting on the window there. So here it says I have to go very, very far, so like 900 and 909, like this. And then I go, this is the table setting. Now it starts at that number. I go back into the table, so I can see that the horizontal asymptote is at -1. And it fits with the graph there, -1. I can also go very, very far in the other direction. Doesn't matter because now I know what the asymptote is. But if I go into table set, so just for fun, let's go back up here, clear this, and I'll take a very large negative number. Hopefully it will give me the same answer. Go into the table, -1. So here is y equals -1 is the horizontal asymptote.